Hello?
Oh, it's Justin here. One less lonely Nick.
Oh no.
There's someone in my life who I owe a special apology to. I'm talking about someone who I really loved and lost because I screwed it all up. But thankfully, that special someone, the love of my life, is here tonight. I just want that second chance, so dude, come on out.
He broke his foot on stage in front of 11,000 people.
Yeah. It wasn't a...
And finished the song.
And like all these...
What are your thoughts on Justin winning the milestone award so young?
Can we have another question?
Well, we're so blessed and honored to have you on our live, and thank you for doing this. You look gorgeous, obviously.
Okay.
Look at us two. We're a happy married family.
That's so cool.
Quick question: did you see this coming?
Oh no.
I think that I've grown during this period. I appreciated things. You just even being able to have a bed to sleep on is so important to me. And
remember when Justin went live with a girl who looked and almost had a similar voice like Selena Gomez?
Hello?
Hello?
What's going on? Damn it. Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Did we meet?
No.
Oh, okay.
But do I have a look-alike?
You have a familiar face that's someone I met a little bit earlier, but it's okay.
Aw, that's fun.
The Coachella everyone thought they were getting this year is not the Coachella that actually happened. Because what started as a normal festival weekend quickly turned into something way bigger. Controversy, backlash, unexpected moments, and a series of events that had the internet completely divided. From Justin Bieber's return that no one saw coming, to Sabrina Carpenter getting called out mid-performance, to real safety concerns that had people questioning the entire event. This wasn't just a festival anymore. This was chaos. And once you see everything that actually went down, you'll understand why people are still arguing about it. It all started with one name that pulled almost everyone into the same place at the same time: Justin Bieber. Now here's the thing, this wasn't just another performance. This was his return to a massive stage after being away for a long time. No tours, rare appearances, and a lot of mystery around what he'd even do. So naturally, expectations were sky high. People were expecting a huge production. Lights, dancers, a full spectacle. Instead, they got something completely different. At one point, Justin was literally on stage, searching himself on YouTube, pulling up old videos, watching his younger self, and singing along to it in real time. And honestly, it caught everyone off guard, because on one side, you had fans saying it felt emotional, like a full circle moment, the same platform that made him famous, now part of his biggest comeback. But on the other side, people were just confused. No big visuals, no major stage design, no outfit changes, just him, a mic, and a screen. And that's when things really started to spiral, because the performance didn't just stay on stage, it exploded online. Almost instantly, the internet split into two completely different reactions. One side called it raw, authentic, proof that he didn't need anything else to hold attention. But the other side, they weren't holding back. People started calling it low effort, saying it didn't feel like a headliner performance at all. Some even questioned how something like that could be one of the highest paid sets at the festival. And then the conversation took a turn that made things even bigger. People started comparing. Specifically, comparing how male and female artists are treated. Because many were pointing out something that didn't sit right with them. If a female artist had gone on stage with that same setup, would the reaction be the same? Or would it have been completely different? That question alone sparked a whole new wave of debate. And it led directly into the next situation. Because while Justin was being criticized for doing too little, Sabrina Carpenter was dealing with the opposite problem. She went all out. We're talking full production, big visuals, a full storyline woven into the performance, everything you'd expect from a major festival moment. And somehow, it still wasn't enough for some people. There were comments calling it boring, saying it didn't live up to expectations, which only made the earlier conversation louder. How is it that one artist can do the bare minimum and get praised, while another goes all in and still gets criticized? But that debate quickly took a back seat, because something happened during Sabrina's set that completely shifted the focus. It started as a small moment, the kind of thing that normally wouldn't go viral. Someone in the crowd was making a loud celebratory sound, something cultural, something meant to show excitement. But from Sabrina's perspective on stage, it didn't land that way. She reacted in real time, clearly confused, and made a comment about it that didn't sit well with people watching. Now here's where it gets complicated. If you were in the crowd, you probably didn't fully understand what was happening. But on the live stream, you could hear everything. The explanation, the intention behind it, the context, and suddenly, the moment looked completely different. Clips started spreading fast. People began calling it insensitive. Some even went as far as labeling it offensive. And just like that, what seemed like a quick interaction turned into a full-blown controversy. Sabrina responded pretty quickly. She apologized, said she didn't fully understand what was happening in the moment, that it came from confusion, not bad intent. But by then, the internet had already picked a side. Some accepted the apology, others weren't convinced. And while all of that was unfolding online, something else was happening at the festival itself that people couldn't ignore. Because behind all the performances, things were starting to go wrong. One major artist had their entire set canceled, not because of scheduling, not because of creative issues, but because of something much more serious: safety. Strong winds made it impossible to build the stage set up properly, and instead of risking it, they shut it down. Which, on its own, might not seem that shocking. But then people started connecting it to something that had happened earlier. An incident where equipment, reportedly part of the stage setup, fell into the crowd during another performance, and someone got seriously hurt. Now suddenly, this wasn't just about music anymore. This was about whether the festival itself was safe. Areas were shut down, security tightened, and people started questioning how something like that could even happen at an event this big. But even that wasn't the end of it, because behind the scenes, there was another layer of drama building. And this one didn't happen on stage at all. It came from the artists themselves. Labyrinth, someone closely tied to one of the biggest shows in recent years, posted a message that caught a lot of attention. He talked about people in the industry not being honest, about being treated poorly behind the scenes, and hinted at stepping away from certain projects. Fans immediately started connecting the dots. Rumors began circulating about creative conflicts, about music being removed from major productions, about things falling apart quietly without public explanation. Nothing fully confirmed, but enough to raise eyebrows. Because when artists start speaking like that, it usually means something deeper is going on. And while that tension was building behind the scenes, fans on the outside were dealing with a completely different problem: getting in at all. Because ticket prices this year, they went insane, and a lot of it traced back to one thing: Justin Bieber. As soon as word spread about his performance, demand exploded. Resale prices shot up into the thousands, some even reaching numbers that didn't make sense for a festival ticket. And with that kind of demand came something worse: scams. People buying tickets that didn't exist, getting locked out last minute, and having no backup because everything else was already too expensive. For a lot of fans, this wasn't just disappointing, it completely ruined the experience, and it highlighted something people have been quietly noticing for a while. This isn't the same festival anymore. Because when you step back and look at everything together, the performances, the backlash, the safety concerns, the industry tension, the pricing chaos, it starts to paint a completely different picture. Coachella used to feel like a music festival first, a place where artists came to perform, connect, and create moments that actually lived in the sound. But now it feels like something else entirely. A spectacle, a social media event, a carefully packaged experience designed as much for the camera as for the crowd. It's become a place where moments matter more than music, where a 15-second clip can travel further than a full set, where controversy spreads faster than performances ever could, and where the version of the festival people see online doesn't always match what's actually happening on the ground. And maybe that's exactly why this year feels different. Because for the first time, a lot of people aren't just debating who had the best performance or the most iconic set. They're questioning what this entire thing is becoming in the first place. The conversations have shifted. It's no longer just about sound, lighting, or stage presence. It's about access, about cost, about safety, about whether the experience is still built for fans or for content. And that's where things get complicated, because festivals evolve, trends change, audiences change. But not everyone agrees on whether this change is progress or something being lost. So now the question isn't just who had the best performance. It's something much bigger. Is this still about music at its core, or has it fully transformed into something else entirely, where the festival is no longer just something you attend, but something you consume through a screen? And depending on how things keep going, next year might not just continue the story, it might completely change how people see it. If you made it this far, you already know. This wasn't a normal festival recap. Drop your thoughts below, because this one has people seriously divided. And if you want more breakdowns like this, don't leave it here. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because the next story, it might be even crazier.